Hello, my fellow nature lovers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're new, go check out my other videos. And if you liking what you seeing, just go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I don't post very often. I am gonna get into the zone a little bit more, but complications always happen every now and then. But instead of doing a field day, I did a field week in this video. So you guys are gonna see me do various things, the more exciting things and the more everyday things that I do. And today I'm going out into this little area. You guys heard me talk about black rails like almost all the time. And this site right here that I'm at, they call it Snipe Bog. And I'm gonna go in here and change out some SD cards on the game cameras. Alright, so you guys ready to get into this? Yeah, I know I am, I'm ready to get out there into the wild, see some wildlife, snakes, rabbits, frogs, see it all, pretty much, see it all. Alright, you guys, so stay tuned, let's get into this video.
Let's get it on, let's get it on. The road a fi burn, no come make we take it on. Me and the squad up in the club. We gonna.
These bad boys, right now it's emptying water out because it's above the board. I don't know if you guys can see it, but down in there the water's above the board, so it's draining out and going all the way, coming out on this side. All right, and these bad boys are maintaining water levels in various areas. There's various channels, and what I'm gonna be walking on here is the dike. This on this piece of land, it used to be used for rice, and so those things maintain the water levels in the rice fields. Little history right there. I'm not a big fan on the history aspects of many things, but hey. Alright, so that's another one there. This is the one that's actually funneling the water. See, like there's the board. So like there's the board, and you see like some water is seeping through there a little bit, but that's fine. This is managing the amount of water that's in here, and this is the one that's managing the water in Snipe Bog. All right. All right, so the water levels seems pretty high over here. And if you guys can see them, like this is good level right here for black rails for sure. But this Snipe Bog is made in a certain way where on the outside edges, like here and where I'm gonna be taking you guys, it's a lower slope, while here, right here with all of this grass is on a higher slope. So water in the higher grass is almost like non-existent, and if it rains a good amount, you would see puddles of water, which is great. That's what we want, puddles of water. But you can't really tell nature when to rain, when the puddles start to dry up. So that's why they have the channels that maintain water levels. So as much as we would want to keep water in here, as long as it's on the edges, the black rails, if they decide to come, hopefully soon, would probably have their habitat in here, you know, their nests or whatever. And then when they're ready to feed or to get food for their kids, they can just go along the edge and catch their food there. But most of the times what they're eating is the seeds that are produced from the plants that are in here. All right. All right, so this is my mark to go in. Normally have these mentally in my head as to where I go in to start cameras. So this is on the other end, and as you can see, there's a lot of water here. Grass level, it's a different type of grass, all sorts of things like that. So we're gonna walk in here. Ooh, that is deep, bad boy. That's a lot of water. This is either a lot of rain or somebody filled up this area, snake bog. All right, so normally I have to be careful. You know, there could be a snake. You know, they're just gonna run away. You know, I don't really have to pay that much attention. But you know, just in case that they don't see you or hear you, that you get in. What is that? Something's in there. So I've been in here so many times that I have low-key made a path. I made wildlife trail. I don't know if you guys ever heard that term before, but a lot of times when you go out into the field, you find these paths that you know no human made. You know, you're just out in the wilderness, in the wild, you're not on a regular trail, nothing. It's like wandering through the woods, and you just find this random trail, and we call those wildlife trails. So like deers, and depending on the area, it could be almost any animal that has made the trails, because they have a path, they have a pattern that they're running with, that they're going with. And you know, once you take those paths so many times, you start to little away by what can grow there, because you know, you're stomping in that ground pretty often. So grass or trees and stuff don't necessarily grow in that area. Woo! It is deep, deep. Yeah, no black rail. You would not see any black rail in this deep of water. They're gonna be drowning. Well, they're not ducks, so they're not gonna be floating on top of the water's slow surface. So normally I come out here twice a week to change out SD cards. You know, make sure I keep up to date and what's coming up on the camera. You know, checking to see what's out here. All right, so this is our first camera. You see it? It used to be facing inward, but I decided to face it outward to see if we pick up anything on the outskirts. But if anything happens to pop up on this camera, it's definitely, it might not be a rail, but we'll see. Just go in. All right. Turn her off. Batteries. Pull out SD card that's at the bottom. See there? This is 16B. Probably can't see that. And I can find the corresponding SD card, which is 16A. pop that bad boy back in. Turn it. So with these ones, whew, get out my face. You have to put it to setup mode. You know, and that's how you check the battery, make sure the SD card is cleared, the date, the time. You gotta make sure all of that is set. It usually takes a little minute to warm up. I'm gonna try to angle this better so you guys can see what's on the screen. Alright, so you can see there. Batteries on one dash, and normally I would probably change out the batteries, but if it's not taking very many photos, then I probably can wait another week or so before replacing these. Now, this seems a little bit off. The date is right, the time is right, so I don't have to change those, but the amount of space versus how many pictures is way off. These SD cards are 16 gigabytes. They should be able to take more photos than 20. So I'm going to turn it off, put it back into setup mode, and see if that changes anything. Make sure that the SD card is working. Oh no, I heard something. I saw a bird. Okay. Alright, so it doesn't look like it's turning on. So let's turn it off, turn it back on again. Alright, that might be the trick. These cameras are a little bit more tricky. They get on my nerves sometimes. Alright, so that's better. It's over 3,000 photos. That makes sense now. Date's still good, time's still good. And that's about it. Put it on. You see that red flashing? And I think in like 10 seconds, it would be ready to take some pictures. You know, the sensor camera, sometimes I clean them off because, you know, sometimes the pictures come out blurry. And then boom. That's it, baby. All right, to the second camera. All right, there she is. So I really always like this spot, but when the water levels are way this high, it doesn't really give me anything, man. All right, you guys, so this is another side. This is another camera. I'm gonna turn it around here so you guys can see what I'm gonna be doing. Oh, these cameras, the Reconyx cameras, they are amazing. I can do it better here. They take the most beautiful photos. I swear, these are great. All right, so these are simpler, low batteries, so that means batteries are completely dead. And I just flip this on and off. Switch right here. And then this SD card is on the side. Pop that out. Boom. And I'll switch it with its correspondent. Alright. This bad boy right here. Switch. Pop in that SD card. And now we're gonna take out these batteries. I'm gonna lift this bad boy up out of the water. Makes it easier. Alright, so these take 10 batteries. I'm only gonna replace a couple for the sake of time here. I'm gonna just pop these out. These are easier to come out than the others as well. I'll pop a couple of those out. I think the new batteries I want to put on and put them in the way. Man, I always get scared that I'm gonna drop these batteries in the water. I'm gonna have to make a trip back out here with new ones, or I might just lose the battery entirely, because once they're underneath this kind of marsh water, you can't even see the floor, and it's this deep. Like, you can be scrounging around in there, probably moving it around, not even catching it. Let's just pop these in. Alright, let's see if this is gonna work. Turn this on. Connex pops up on the screen. It's reading the SD card. It normally shows me date and time. If batteries are good, yep, time is good, date is good. And then they say enter in code. And then click OK with done. There's no code on this one. So I'm just gonna say OK. And then it says ARM. There's nothing on the SD card, which is great. That means I did my job in clearing it. You guys are gonna see me do that a little bit later. And so I click OK again. It's gonna do arming in 10 seconds, and then so I normally just close it. Right. You see the green flashing? That's because 10 seconds is up and it just took 3 photos of me. Don't want to see those. All right, and then I place it back in the angle. Normally I don't move them because I don't want it to mess up the shot, but for the sake of this video, I did move them. That looks pretty good. Maybe that. Yeah, that's much better. All right, you guys. So that's the ones that are in the water. We're gonna do the ones that are more on dry land-ish with all the grass. All right, so green heron just flew into this palm tree right here. Close. Don't go nowhere. Oh, it's butterfly. Butterfly. No? No? Okay. Go. Oh, there we go. That's the green. Alright, you guys, I've reached my mental marker, which is this tree right here. Just go in right in this area. Alright, so you can see some water here. That's one little rain puddle. That's on a good level. Normally I look around, I'm like, where's my bright pink top sticks? And I see one here, so I head towards it. Slow. And boom. And there are only 3 in here. So we just repeat the process. Taking out SD cards, switching them, checking batteries, and so forth. I just wanted you guys to see that since it's been raining a lot, there's water in here. Hey, so you guys, there's the spider right here. I don't remember what it's called, but I'll make sure to send you guys show a picture of it. And the name of this spider. It's not lethal, but I don't know how baby look. You guys, there was something in the water and it nearly scared me half to death. Like, my heart was racing. Man, I was just trudging along, minding my own business, and then all of a sudden the water moved. I was like, ah! Whew! Man, that shit scared me. It was probably a gator, you know. So here I am checking the cavities, the man-made cavities, to see if there's any flying squirrels or whatnot. Mm-hmm.
At least one. Looks like 2.
Alright. It's kind of hard
to tell.
They're in there.
Well. What?
Should be good.
Because flying squirrels will depredate our CW eggs. So our technique for mitigating this conflict is to spray pepper spray into cavities with flying squirrels. And when they come flying out, we do a lethal control measure. That's it.
All right.
So as you can see here, we have attached the sprayer and I'm putting it up, and they're gonna help guide me on this one to see if I'm accurate so that we can spray it in the cavity hole and see the flying squirrels come out. And then my boss, Bo, who you just saw talking earlier, is going to, yes, kill them. So sorry for anybody who think flying squirrels are cute, but eggs, especially woodpeckers' eggs, endangered woodpeckers' eggs are very important. All right.
Okay, take it up to get about 2 inches. Okay, you're on it.
All right.
There you go.
There we go. Woo. Did anybody see him? Oh, you want to run the other side? Oh, dropped.
Hold on.
Wow, with the bare hands
Right.
and everything. Here, I'm going to be reflagging this tree. We use these points for vest surveys, which I'm going to be doing today with my boss, as well as for songbird point counts. So reflagging these are pretty important so we know exactly where we're doing this surveys at. So this box that my boss just handed me, I'm going to be using to measure shade density. And so basically I'm just going to count where the trees are and pretty much give a little bit of a percentage. Ooh, nice one. Well, lots of it. An invasion.
Yep. About as bad as it gets right there.
At least they're not climbing the trees yet.
Yeah, they for a while some of them had, the fire knocked some of it back, but coming back. Thicker and thicker. All right, grass. We have our dicanthelium right there. The plume grass just made it out. What's all this climbing fern climbing on? Just that sweet gum?
Looks like it.
Piece of crap. All right, I'm gonna get 25% grass. Forbs, it's gonna be that Lygodium, the big one. And we're gonna get Forbs 85.
Yeah.
Woody, we have our sweet gum. That's gonna be 15 or 20.
20.
I do have a little bit of bare soil. Actually, a lot of bare soil down in here.
Yeah, there's a lot over here. Yeah. I'm thinking.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going like 60.
Yeah, definitely over 50, so.
Excuse me. Debris, let's get out of marginal like 5.
5, yeah.
Okay.
So what me and my boss is doing right here is just basically stating what's in the square. It's a random throw that we did. So yeah, so right now, as you can see what I'm doing here, I'm walking 10 paces out from where we were. And I'm gonna turn around and start counting anything that hits the pole that I am holding. And you're just gonna hear me count, and I'm gonna walk towards my boss there, and then I'm gonna do it all over again from the tree that's marked in the distance.
Got 1 dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
I would like to end this video with saying thank you to everyone and stay tuned for part 2. Enjoy the photos.